Good morning, everyone. Welcome as we continue our series, The Parables of Jesus. And I've got a special welcome this morning. I'm in a WhatsApp group, which is a messaging group with two ex-work colleagues. And these two ex-work colleagues, they're not Christians, but they've been following the vlogs and the online services for the past 3 years. That's how long we've been online for. This last month, actually, we celebrated 3 years. So a special welcome to my two friends. I won't name you because you're going to get really offended that I've named you. But my two friends, we've always had a good bit of banter together, and it's a good bit of fun. So, for example, when we was on our breaks in work, in front of lots of people, they say, well, tell us about the ark again. Tell us, how do you explain the woodworm on the ark? And so we've also had some good fun. So welcome to you guys this morning. And I know that they only want to watch the vlogs to take the mick and to try and wind me up. But I like a bit of banter. I can give it and I can take it as well. So today we're in a parable of Jesus that's short, it's sweet, but it's easy to understand. And it's also easy to take something away from. It's one of my favourites. And it's one of my favourites because it communicates, it illustrates, it paints the picture of what God's character is like, or one of the aspects of God's character. So because it's short and sweet, I'm going to read it to us this morning. It's in Matthew chapter 18, and it says this. Jesus says this: "What do you think? If a man owns 100 sheep and one of them wanders away, will he not leave the 99 on the hills and go to look for the one that has wandered off? And if he finds it, truly I tell you, he is happier about that one sheep than about the 99 that did not wander off. In the same way, your Father in heaven is not willing that any of the little ones should perish." It's a great little parable, isn't it? And I told you it was short and sweet, the parable of the lost sheep. So for the past 2,000 years, people have, or even longer in fact, longer than that, but people have found comfort in using their imagination of imagining things. There was a time before TV, before phones, before computers, before technology, when people used to read books and share stories and entertain themselves without using technology. And Jesus starts his parable by saying, "What do you think?" So he's starting by saying, use your imagination, think about this, and use your brains. Technology does the opposite. It makes us just switch off and take stuff in. We don't use our brains or our imagination as such. And the parable, it's painting a picture of what God's character is like, what God is actually like, or how he feels about us. So what is God like? Well, the world or people will say, God's not very nice and God's angry and this is happening because it's God's fault. Where this parable, it paints a picture of a God of love and a God of care. Now, in those days, shepherds, it would have been easy for a shepherd who had 100 sheep to lose one. Sheep have an inbuilt natural ability just to wander off and get lost. And what the shepherds used to do, they would wander from place to place looking for fresh grass for the sheep. Then at night time, they would go to an area that had a hedge around it or a wall around it, and they would count the sheep in. And then they would lie down in front of the entrance so that the sheep can't wander off, so they could be kept in and kept safe. So in the parable that Jesus is sharing about the 100 sheep, the shepherd who has counted 99 in, he goes searching, he goes looking for that one lost sheep. In the same passage in Luke, in the same parable that Luke shares about the 100 sheep, it says that when the shepherd finds that lost sheep, he carries it home, and he rejoices with joy, and he throws a party saying, "Rejoice with me, I found my lost sheep." And the easy option would have been just to give up and say, "Hey, I've got 99 here. I just count that one as lost. It's only 1%. But the hard option would be to go looking, to go searching, and to never give up until the shepherd finds that lost sheep. And here, the parable, it gives a picture, an illustration of what God's like. He's a God of love. He's a God who cares. He's a God who never gives up on lost sheep or lost people. throughout the Bible, we see a picture of what God's character is like. And the Bible teaches that it's his will, it's his desire that no one should perish, but they would find hope, they would find peace, and they would find joy. And the Bible teaches that you find that in a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And that's only made possible because Jesus paid the price. He took the hard option. He took our place and he paid the price on the cross so that we could be forgiven, that we could have freedom, that we could have a personal relationship with God. And God is his heart's desire that every single person would not be lost without God, that would be found. They'd be found in him in personal relationship because he's a God who cares and he's a God who loves. There you go. I said it was an easy to understand parable, but it also comes with a slight challenge as well. As Christians, we're called to follow the Good Shepherd. We're called to follow him. And the challenge is, do we care about the lost? Do we care about those that don't know God? Do we care about drug addicts, heroin addicts, alcoholics? Do we care about the homeless? Do we care about family, friends, work colleagues, or a generation of people that are grown up with absolutely no knowledge of the Bible, absolutely no knowledge about his love, about his care, about his willingness to go searching for that lost sheep? And the challenge is this. I look back from personal experience in my own life, when I've been as close to God as I've been in my Christian walk, when I've been walking in step with his Spirit, when I've been spending lots of time in prayer, it's hard not to have the same compassion, the same love, and the same desire to tell people and to pray for people and to encourage people and to invite people to say, hey, you should come to church or you should read the Bible for yourself. Because we know as believers that he's a God of love who forgives people and they can experience that love, joy, peace and hope that's available to anyone who will turn to him. And I found that when we walk closely with him, we have that compassion and that love in our hearts because his love flows through us. So that's my challenge as we go into this week. If we're walking closely with God, we'll have that same desire to go looking for the lost sheep and to be inviting people to say, come and explore for yourself and find the truth of a God who cares and a God who loves. Have a great day, everybody, and goodbye to my two friends if you've watched till the end. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.